Okay, let's get started. Hey horror freaks, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. If this is the first time here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get a notification every single time that I post a video, and I post every single Friday. So as you can see on the title on today's video, I'm going to be giving you my full review on the Forever Purge that, well, I saw it yesterday, Thursday, but it's coming out today, July the 2nd, Friday, on the United States. So probably you haven't watched it already, or maybe you do, and this is why you're here. So as always, all my reviews on my channel are with spoilers, but if you want a spoiler-free review just to see if it's worth it or not watching it, then on the description box down below there is a link to my blog. On my blog are all my spoiler-free reviews. I always like to give you guys the two options. So further ado, if you want to know my full opinion on the Forever Purge, keep on watching. So I want to start by saying this is supposed to be the last film of the whole franchise. It will be the 5th one. This is a direct sequel to the Purge election year, and it's 1 hour and 43 minutes long. I always like to give that because sometimes the length of the movie can really make the difference. If it is worth, for example, of Army of the Dead for me was unnecessarily long, so this is why I always like to give that. So basically the movie is about this Mexican couple that they get through the wall, and they don't really specify how many months, days, weeks have they been already on the United States. So they have been like coping to it. They both learning English. They have works. The woman on the couple, she works like a meat store, we could say. I don't know if that's the actual word to the place where basically they cut meat to give it to other like supermarkets or type like meat store. And he works on like a cowboy on this with this family that we can assume that they're rich. They have this gorgeous house, they're all white, and I think that the movie follows some stereotypes when it comes to people, especially when it comes to white people and immigrants on the United States. The movie is something I want to point out very fast. It talks and kind of shows some sensitive topics right now on the States, at least when it comes to the Mexicans and the relationship with white Americans. I don't know if this is something that can be problematic or that can make some people mad. I mean, it does really show some stereotypes. I don't want to get too deep on that because I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to be problematic. I don't want any type of that. But this film kind of shows the racism that the white people have towards the Mexican immigrants specifically. So basically the movie follows they're going to do the purge once again. But the thing is, just like the title of the movie says and how the whole plot, it's that the people, they want the Forever Purge. They don't want just one night, 12 hours. They want it forever. So obviously the movie at the beginning, we kind of have this introduction to the whole family and the couple, how they are working together and how they're living and how they are preparing themselves to pass the night of the purge. The purge pass out, everything comes really fast and not really much to see. Obviously some people dead and the bodies and like the guns and that type of stuff. So the movie goes on and they pass the 12 hours, every single one of the protagonists, and they're fine, they're okay. This is when things get like heated and everything's like working, because it kind of like really rushed the beginning, and this is once the purge is over, this is when everything starts. So we have some scenes from the trailer, for example, where the woman she's like trapped, like she's like laying down on this cage and the two bunnies appear. That happens at the beginning. And we have the rich family. One of the workers, he kind of felt like they were a slave to this family, so they were like on a revenge after the purge came on, because this movement of the Forever Purge came in and he was part of it, and he shots one, like we could say he's the head of the family, he's the father of what we could be saying that it's the actual protagonist of the movie, and he dies. But the Mexicans, the guy at least, because the woman is on the other side, she's already been trapped and taken by the police because she killed the people that were trying to kill her. But the police right away, they came in, says all crime is illegal. Once again, they take her. So she is already with the police, and the Mexican guy, he is trying to save the family that he works for, because he arrived just in time to see all of them like knee on the floor about to get killed. So they all run together on this truck that they have, and they start looking for the Mexican's wife. They eventually get to her. Obviously, a lot of blood, victims. We have a guy that is with her, and also the boss of the woman. They are both arrested, and on this van of the police, we have two more people. We have one guy, a white man that has a swastika tattoo on his cheek, and one girl. And they're like saying like this is the Forever Purge, and they're proud Americans because this is how America really should be. The whole movie goes through that, how some people see that America should be this whole white supremacy, and that black people, Mexicans or immigrants, illegals, that they shouldn't be there anymore. That's like the whole problematic and sensitive topics that the movie is showing. It's not too far from reality. I mean, if we're completely honest, there's some events and things that had happened already in the States. So basically the whole movie goes on, and now the movie has some really cheesy jump scares. Like all of them, the jump scare is coming, and since they're coming, it's like you don't even get scared. So they don't really work. The jump scares don't work at all. The plot in overall, it's pretty simple. You're expecting, at least I was expecting, for the whole crew to die, or at least just one survivor, like that type of dynamic, but it didn't happen. Actually, only two of them died of the whole crew that was like presented and that the plot was around to. Because since everything went nuts and the whole states went crazy and everyone was burning and killing without any type of limits, basically they went on martial law, and what was Canada and Mexico, they both opened the frontiers for 6 hours. So any American that wanted to like leave and escape this, they had 6 hours, so they could go either to Mexico or Canada. Obviously, since this movie it takes place on the state of Texas, they don't really specify where. They just say that it's on Texas. They decided to obviously travel to Mexico, and they get to El Paso. This is where things are the worst. The whole wall obviously is built up, and there are a lot of cars, and the whole city is a total mess. And they get so damn like crazy, and the people that is supporting this Forever Purge thing, they attack some military base that is near the frontiers. So basically they shut it down. So the group wasn't able to pass, so they have one leader of Native Americans. He's going to help them. They're going to travel towards the wall, just like the Mexican couple at the beginning. They're going to travel the frontier by the desert and the wall, and they mess with the wrong guys. Well, they're all wrong guys, but specifically they kill like the mom of one alpha of this group. So obviously he wants revenge, and they get away, but they kind of get them. So they start like shooting and like killing each other, but the whole group survives. And like I said, only two of all of them actually die, so the protagonist is okay, everyone is okay. They get into really dangerous situations, but no one of them dies, which I'm going to say was a surprise. I was expecting for all of them to die. Now they kill all these people that are about the Forever Purge, and they get to Mexico, which it's an irony, seriously, showing how Mexicans go to America for the American dream. And actually the movie at the end says like how they're going to like these dream Americans like living in Mexico around now. Like it's a really irony, like the Americans going to Mexico when it's the whole way around today. Basically the movie ends with the whole broadcast of the news and saying that America is not going to be the same ever. And basically that's when it ends. Like I said, the movie is pretty simple. It's cliche when it comes to the jump scares. When it comes to the costumes, they do show some kind of racist symbols, what they can be considered racist symbols, like the Confederate flag and the swastika, that type of thing. So it's not something that maybe everyone is going to be comfortable watching. So you have that warning there. So you're going to be seeing a lot of racial and racism on the movie, since it's kind of the base of this part. At least this is the movie where I see it the most, even more than on election year or the previous movies. Now, if it's worth it watching it or not, I think that it is. I mean, I was really expecting this movie to be the worst of the year. I was so ready to talk here about how this movie was crap and the worst, but it's really not. I could say that it's a 6 or maybe a 2.5, almost a 3. Like I said, the movie, it's not like the worst. For me, the worst one will be the prequel, like the first Purge. For me, that one is the worst. So for me, I could say that this one, it's like I say, a 6 out of a 10 and a 2.5 out of a 5. It's not the best, and when it comes to the whole 2021 year, it's definitely not the best that we have seen on the year, but like I said, it's not the worst. So don't really expect much. Don't have high expectations on this movie because you could be disappointed. But it serves the purpose of entertainment. In my opinion, I think that this should be the last one, because the Purge, it's a movement that really changed how America basically move. I mean, we have this new people that are leading the country, and I think that at its best, it's better to leave it there. Like, America is never going to be the same. That's 100% sure. There's no way that they could ever like be better. My way to say it, if that ever happened, there's no going back. And to the level that they reach on this movie of being the Forever Purge and everyone killing each other just because they want to, and because they want the white supremacy once again, that type of behavior, I don't think that another movie like trying to eradicate the Purge is going to be even make sense at all. I don't feel like it. I think that they should leave it like there. I think that they did it as safe, at least on the ending, a safe move there, leaving it there. Like, it's not a cliffhanger, it's an open ending. They show you that the protagonist survived. They don't tell you what they're going to do with their lives now. They're just trying to survive, and basically how everything ended. So I think that at its best, it's better leaving it there. And basically, I think that it's all I have to say. Like, I'm pretty 100% sure that the costumes are going to be seen on Halloween. Like I said, they're pretty simple. And the Purge, since the first one came out on Halloween, it's one of the most popular ones and kind of became basic. So don't be surprised if you see someone dressed as the Purge this Halloween, or on this one they look a lot more like a cowboys, since they're in Texas and the people, they're kind of cowboys, we could say. So like I said, it's pretty simple, but I don't know if everyone wants right now to like dress like the Purge, like what it represents. And really, I think that the franchise right now represents a little bit more like deeper and heavier side of society, rather than just a movie about killing for one day without any type of legal harm repercussions. But basically, that's all I have to say of this movie. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments, how do you feel about the movie? Do you feel the same way as me? Do you think that you feel different, that this is the right thing that they should have done by presenting these type of topics? Do you think that they should do another one, or maybe just leave it there? In my opinion, they shouldn't have done. I mean, for me, election year was okay, but like the prequel, seriously, no one asked for it, but they still do it. And this one, no one asked for it, but here we are. So for me, like a trilogy was enough. So that's just my personal opinion. So if you want to watch it, go on. And thank you so much once again for watching this video. And I'm going to see you guys on next Friday. Bye.